I know that's right. Okay. Let's see. We are officially live.
Yes.
Yes, we are. Okay. And hopefully it does say at the top that this is for red flags and green flags conversation. I'm not exactly sure, but I sure hope so. But anyway, that is our topic today. We're going to be talking about some red flags and green flags that we've seen in either our own experiences, we know from our clients, our conversations, our girlfriends, people who've interacted and dated. But yeah, let's talk about some red flags and green flags because overall, our goal, Coach Marshawn's goal, and your goal and my goal is to help. To help the community, right? To bridge the gap in our relationships. No divisiveness. We don't want to hear about what men and women and they can't. And I don't give a rat's ass. Okay, that's not what we want to talk about. What we want to be helpful. We want to be like,
Mhm, mhm.
okay, well, you know what? That is a red flag. Oh, well, damn. That is that's a green flag all day, every day. Okay, so, oh, and thank you. And I'm gonna tell you this: I do need some moderators for my channel. I do not have any moderators, so guess who about to do some moderating right now? Hey,
NYC, you in the house?
I know, right? So I got a quick comment. Hey, girl. Okay, so I'm gonna let you kick off with some red flags since you said you got a good long list of some red
I got a
flags, and
good
I know
long
I got
list
some
in
too.
here.
But
Um,
what's some red flags that you know of? That either men and women, just some red flags in dating.
okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Can I introduce myself before we get into
Oh, you ain't lying,
it?
then, girl. You done been on here so many times. I done forgot to introduce you.
NYC Chocolate 7777. Thank you, honey. You know what? I was trying something different with this lipstick. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so first of all, thank you so much for being here this evening. As you ladies and
You
gentlemen are coming in here, go
yes.
ahead and hit the like button. Um, so I am Marshawn Olanio. I am a shift relationship strategist, and I serve professional Black women looking for clarity, confidence, and connection when they are ready to go out into the dating scene. So that's who I am, and that's why I serve. Thank you so much, V, for having me here on your channel. And for those who are here watching live, as well as those who will watch this later on the replay. Okay, so
Oh,
one of the biggest red flags that, because we just jumping right in, okay? One of the biggest red flags that I have noticed is love bombing, or just too doggone vulnerable. Like it just seems overly excessive, overly available in the beginning. And I I've experienced this personally, which is why I know it's so annoying. But I also, the clients that I serve, they like, we was all hot and heavy, with texting on the phone all the time. We going out on dates, we spend hours out on dates. I'm sharing, he's sharing, all of these things, right? And then all of a sudden you get ghosted. All of a sudden you get ghosted. And the reason why it is a red flag is because this may be like trauma bonding, right? Where you want the person to believe that you are something that you're not. But it also could be the very thing that you say that you want. This happens a lot. Men do this a lot. I'm not saying that women don't, but men definitely do this a lot. So they'll come in hot and heavy, calling you all the time, and then they realize that they may be in a relationship that they didn't actually sign up for, right? So pay attention if they're giving you too much attention in the beginning, too much vulnerability, too open about their life. They're just sharing any and everything. They want to spend every waking moment with you. And especially when I'm talking with my clients, it's like, if you're spending 5 and 6 hours on your first date, that's too long. That's too long. That's too much time. Neither one of you are able to disconnect. Your endorphins are really high. Neither one of you are really paying attention to what the red flags really are right in front of you, because you're so hyped. You're like, this guy is into me, I'm into him. We share it so much. We have a connection, all of these things. And it's overlooked because it's seen as finally someone who's open, emotionally available, which is one of the things that me and Dr. L was talking about the other day about being your EQ, right? Your emotional intelligence. Women are looking for that, but it could be a red flag if he's just doing it too hard in the beginning, just overly sharing, want to be all in your space, want to be all in your face. So anyway, I can keep going. V. That's one of my very first ones. What about yours? What have you noticed? What's a red flag for you?
Well, let me tell you this, okay? Because I have a male client who asked me this particular question. He's
Mm-hmm.
like, "Well, how do I know? How do Because he talks about women, and the dating women, but he's like, how am I supposed to know the difference between showing interest and love bombing? Like, women have they define this and that and that, and men I can understand they're not exactly sure. Like it's a fine line. Okay, I'm showing her too much attention versus I'm really trying to get to know her,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I think there is a difference between the two because let's say you end up dating a narcissist, right? And I end up being married to one, and looking back at it, I was like, okay, where did I miss the red flags? From that long marriage that I had, but somebody who's like love bombing you or just putting too much on you, I feel like they're doing it to, you remember how was it Puppy Power or the Ninja Turtles or whatever? It's like they're building up something that they're eventually going to use against you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you got to be careful in the oversharing, right? So the love bombing can come from that, but it also can come from somebody, just oh, hey, Dr. L. But they're just toxic in the way that they behave. That you think it's so much love and they really love me, but no, it's like that puppy power. They're building up
Mm-hmm.
ammunition because eventually they're going to use that against you. So just ladies, I see more ladies do that, but this particular client, he's a guy and he does overshare. And we practice like, okay, if somebody asks you this, what you gonna say? What you not gonna say? And I'm like, You don't have to say all that. Like, dude, you don't have to go back to third grade. Nobody
Oh
cares. Like
my
we have
gosh.
got, yeah, I mean, this is an example, but we have to stop
Okay.
oversharing.
Yeah,
Nobody
that's
gives a
too far.
damn, why you got that scar and you're like, oh, that scar looked like a hurt. Well, when I was in second grade and somebody stole my pencil, okay, don't just say, oh yeah, I fell down once and
Mm,
leave it at that. Like
mm,
nobody needs to know everything, right? So I would say, okay, for me, I'm gonna tell you one thing that I have learned, and I'm gonna say, ladies and men, this is learned from my own experience.
mhm.
Because I didn't know much about it until then I started experiencing it. Somebody who doesn't take accountability, and you don't need to be with somebody for 5, 6, 7 months to figure out that they don't take accountability.
Yeah.
Y'all, and so I came up with a simple test, right? It's just a simple test to see, and you got to pay attention to how they communicate when they make a boo-boo.
Mhm,
Right. You,
mhm,
you got to pay attention. So let's say, and I think I said this on my channel before, but let's say you're going out on a date, right? And he or she, in my case, let's say that he is late, right? And I'm just sitting there and and I wait 10 minutes max. And I'm talking 10 minutes, minute 9, I'm walking to my car. Yeah, I'd be damned if I I'd be damned if I sit there longer than Timmy. You late? Yeah, that's on you. And if I'm on time and you late, like, come on now.
mhm.
But let's say that he's late and I'm sitting there waiting and he gets there. And, whether he's flustered or not, but he gets there at minute 8.5. And he just like, he blames everybody else for his lateness. It was this, it was that, it was this. Oh my gosh. And then they didn't open the door for me. And then instead of just saying, you know what, my bad, I apologize for being late. That was definitely not my intent. They don't come out with words to where there's any accountability, then and they blaming everybody else. They blaming the Girl Scout cookie girl outside the restaurant, everybody else but themselves. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
that's to me, like that's a red flag, and that's something you got to watch out for. Like listen to her early because the lack of accountability,
Mm.
trust me, that is not a relationship you gonna want to be in. It ain't nothing happy on the other side of that.
No, no, that's super true. I have a girlfriend who broke off an engagement for this very thing, the lack of accountability. They were in they tried couples counseling, individual counseling, and he just the smallest damn thing. He couldn't take accountability for the smallest thing, let alone the
Hmm.
largest thing. And she was just like, ain't no way I
Yep.
can say yes to this marriage. There's just no way. If
You can't. You can't.
she was like,
You can't.
and honest, she walked away. He was devastated, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But accountability is huge. Like you said, that is going to be something
Yes.
that you will regret if you don't, or if you do lean into knowing that this is something like something just ain't right. Even if you can't put your finger on it to say accountability, Something ain't right. Like every time I ask him about small things, he lying about it or deflecting or
Deflecting
projecting or whatever the
or
end.
being defensive,
Yeah,
defensive about
definitely,
it.
definitely. Or trying to
Mm-hmm.
turn it around on me, right? Making me the bad person for how he was showing up or the
Mm-hmm.
things he was doing. Just don't
Oh, but
say.
wait. Oh, wait. But how do they apologize? Because this is something I also had to experience. Because I was like, what the is that
Well, like
kind
if
of
I'm sorry if
apology?
I hurt your feelings or something like that. Like,
Mm-mm.
oh
No,
no.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry you took it that way.
Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm
That's out there
sorry
too.
you
Yeah.
took it that way. And it's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That ain't no damn apology. Yeah, I'm telling you, you have to pay attention. And I know sometimes in the early stages, men and women, y'all could be so excited about this person. Like, oh my gosh, she or he is so perfect. We like the same animals. We grew up in the same place. Y'all
Mm,
don't allow that over excitability turn into some blind eyes. Pay attention to how somebody admits they're wrong, or if they don't ever admit they're wrong, pay attention to that because it's a huge red flag.
yeah.
Cut it off early before you invest so much time, because I promise I'm speaking from experience, and unfortunately, a very negative experience, but but positive as well. But that whole lack of accountability and lack of apologizing and lack of owning up to their stuff, y'all, those are things you can identify early. Okay, you ain't got to be 10 years in. So
Yeah.
your turn.
Right,
I'm gonna
right,
give you
right.
your turn on your next red flag.
Okay. You know what? I've experienced this and heard this multiple times, which is where they're making jokes where you're the butt end of the joke, but it's not
Mm,
outright, right? It's very subtle, but they just throwing little snide remarks at you or saying things to bring you down a notch or two. Maybe there was a promotion or something. It's like, you wasn't that good, or you just basically downplaying your accomplishments or just who you are as a person. They just trying to break you down, chip
mhm.
away at your self-esteem. It's not all at once, it's just chip after chip. And
Mhm.
when you keep hearing something over and over again, you start to believe it. And
That's
that
true.
was absolutely something that I dealt with and have seen time and time again. Those little jokes, and you might laugh at them to play them off, but because sometimes it could literally just be a joke. So I
Yeah.
get that. Sometimes it's
Mhm.
literally just a joke. But if it's just thrown in there where you start to pay attention, like, wait a minute, this don't really
Yeah,
this
it's a
isn't
fine
funny no
line
more.
though.
Yeah, yeah.
That's also because it's a fine line between joking and criticism.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Right? If you start to receive criticism in your relationship, your person doesn't really like you. They don't like you as a person. If
mm-hmm.
you are criticizing somebody, that's one of the four horsemen. The Gottman's four horsemen is criticism.
Yeah,
And he says if there's criticism in the relationship, right, you are likely, if you're married, likely to get a divorce, right? Criticism sounds like that. It sounds like, ugh, you can't never do any, you can't do this, you can't do that. That's criticizing. Nothing productive is going to come out of that. So if somebody is showing that's how they communicate in the very beginning, oh hell yeah, y'all, pack it up, move on. And yeah, that's a huge red flag. In the beginning, you already criticizing me.
right, right.
Yeah, so I know NYC chocolate V. So what is it when they try to flip it on you? Childish. It's lack of account. I'm telling you, like, it is them being very defensive, and that's one of the other four, the four horsemen. The Gottman's four horsemen is defensiveness as well. Defensiveness in a relationship is very hard to deal with. You'll know it when it's there, because you'll try to have productive conversations, and they never amount to anything productive, right? It's like you try to, and I don't care how you spin it in a relationship or in a conversation, babe, and oh, I really, you did this and it made me feel a certain type of way. You're saying it in a polite way, a non-confrontational way. Somebody who doesn't know how to receive that
Mm-hmm,
feedback, they're
mm-hmm.
always defensive. It's always an argument. It's always an
Yeah.
argument. And if you notice that early on, just, what, be like, this ain't going to work for me, because I'm not, every time I have a point, I'm not going to sit here and argue about it. I'd rather just sit here and be. I saw a video today and I cracked up. I sent it to my girlfriend where the man said, you can't, if you find a woman who's just happy with her peace, she's happy just sitting at home by her damn self, enjoying her own company, do not come and disturb her. Okay. Just, you can't compete with a woman's peace. Like if she's at peace, and even a man who's at peace, but if that person is at peace, you don't bring that BS up over here because nobody's trying to deal with it. So yes, learn the four Gottmans thing in it, because if you have it in your relationship, you are very much so likely to divorce.
For
So
sure. For sure.
okay, I'm gonna put Patrick Sargent says lack of consistency in people wanting to commit to the ones who won't commit. Yeah, we always want people who don't want us, and and I believe there's a huge insecurity within ourselves to try to convince. It's like you're trying to convince somebody why I should be desired.
Mhm.
I'm not selling myself, but there's a lot of people that feel like they can win somebody over, and honestly, it's not. Don't even
No.
try. Like, just
Mm-mm.
forget it. If they can't see your worth from the jump, why would you? I'm good.
And that's so much work though. It's so much time, energy, and effort put into somebody for what reason? Like, why are you trying to prove yourself? Why are you trying to make sure that they know how great you are, what you're bringing to the table? If they can't see it after a certain, after a certain period of time, or you're the one that's always reaching out, which by the way is a red flag. But anywho, um, you're the one
It
that's
is.
always reaching out. You're always making sure that the two of you are staying in contact. You're always planning the dates. That's too damn much energy.
That
It's too
is.
much.
That is. Yeah. I'm not me. I'm telling you right now. And if this guy is watching, I'm just gonna say,
Oh,
okay.
gone.
One thing, and I'm gonna just say, just somebody. If you come at me and you want to date me, I'm gonna just say, I know men send me emails, men are in my DMs, and I want to say I do appreciate the love. I truly, truly appreciate it. One thing with me when I was dating, I will say one thing I was doing is, and on dating apps, what men will, hey, take my number, give me a call. You'll never hear from me
Mhm.
because I'm not calling a man. I'm just not. Like, if you
Mm.
want to ask me out, then, and you are in my DMs asking me out, then you should ask for my phone number and you should call me. I didn't pop up in your DMs to ask, I didn't ask
All
you
right,
out, right?
y'all done heard her now. Don't be sending your damn number. She ain't calling you.
I ain't calling. That number will sit there, right? Like, and I'm not saying because I'm a traditional woman, because I'm not. Like, I'm not, I'm not sitting here holding my legs closed waiting for a ring, to be on my finger. I'm not, that's not me. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. However, I do believe if you express interest in somebody, right, you should be able to pursue that person. I'm not saying stalk that person. I'm saying pursue. Let them know you're interested, and then you take the lead as a man. I feel like you don't allow a woman to be in the lead, because why would you want her to be in the lead? Why would you want me to be in the lead? I ain't gonna be in no damn lead. You want me, come get me, and that's just how
Mm,
it is.
mm, mm. You want me?
I'm
Come
just
get me. I like it. Um,
in a friendly way. Okay, I'm not saying no stalkish way.
we ain't talking about no stalker. We ain't talking about going outside her doggone door, nothing like that.
Oh, please don't do that. We got guns over here. Please don't do that.
Period.
Yeah, I see Dr. L says, do not disturb my peace. I'm with you. Don't disturb. I'm telling you now,
Don't do it.
don't disturb mine, because I love peace. I love peace.
Mhm.
Yep. Thank you for that defensiveness. Yeah, just got out of a relationship like that for 5 years. And NYC Chocolate, here's the thing. If you're dealing with somebody who is defensive, which means that you are never heard and you are never validated, because anything you say is always met with something, some excuse, and it's always met with some combativeness, right? Studies have shown that women get to a point, and Patrick right here says combative energy is a red flag. Yes.
Mhm.
Studies have shown that when women, because it's been more in women who will just hold it in because we try to keep the peace, right? Studies have shown that women have higher rates of autoimmune diseases because of trying to keep the peace, not sharing our feelings, because eventually you keep bringing it up, right? And when women, right, when women trying to say the relationship, we fight for it. We want to talk to you and we try to talk to you, but then eventually we just try to keep the peace. Right. And then we keep the peace and we're not doing anything anymore. But what we also have to do is pack your shit and go. Like, do not just sit there and keep the peace. It ain't going to get better until they
Mm-mm.
get better.
Never does.
So you're just
Right.
suppressing all of that negative energy within inside you, and it's turning into dis-ease.
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
So let it go. So NYC chocolate. Yep. I'm glad you let it go.
And a lot of times, can I just say, a lot of
Mhm.
times, the dis-ease, there has been studies shown the connection with cancer specifically, with the dis-ease, and I'll even go as far as to say breast cancer. So, holding
Mm,
on to that stuff, at some point, your body is going to release it in some form, and it is a disease, right? A disease. The one that you have it up here for Patrick, I actually wanted to go to the next red flag. This is it right here. Too much taking and not enough giving. I literally, I listen. This was one of the reasons. I won't say it was the reason, but it was one of the reasons why my marriage ended, because take, take, take. I'm giving. Let's
mhm,
build, because I'm that's my mindset. It's us. Let's us build together, right? And it was just take, take. And I was like, you know what? I noticed that I had a whole lot more before you entered the picture.
mm,
A whole lot more of everything. A whole lot more peace, a whole lot more financially, a whole lot more friends, just a
mm,
whole lot more. I was going a lot places, traveling. I had a lot more before
mhm,
you entered the picture. So I was like, nah, what you still
mhm,
doing here? What you still doing here? So I had to have a hard conversation with myself about staying or going, right?
mhm,
And then to NYC's point, she brought it up earlier. You were talking about defensiveness, and she just entered her 5-year relationship. She brought it up earlier when he was talking about how he always flips it on you. What if it's always flipped on? That's exactly what happens. It's never my fault. It's always your fault. That's exactly what happens. So,
mhm.
uh, yes. Oh my God, I was always accused of that. Listen, yes, it's just right there in your face. I'm sorry. I'm getting a little passionate. Go ahead, V. Go ahead, V.
You can
My
see
bad. Go.
you have some damn flashbacks.
My bad. Go.
I've been there, and nagging is, let me just say, nagging, if a woman is now, there's a difference between nagging and somebody fighting for their relationship, right? And it's somebody who has an unhealthy concept of a relationship and doesn't know how to recognize like defensiveness within themselves. Yes, it sounds like we're nagging. But I promise you, if that woman is still trying to talk to you, that woman is trying to say, hey, I saw this YouTube video, and it sounds like something we're going through. I saw this Instagram post, and she's sending you stuff, not like, here, look, ninja, look what you're doing. I'm not saying like that, but like, this looks like something that we're dealing with. If she's doing that, she's still fighting for the relationship. Okay, and it's not nagging. Now, because you're going to be butt hurt when she just completely shuts down and disappears. And she ain't talking no damn more. She not bringing anything up anymore. You want to go out with your boys, you want to go out with your boys for a whole week. She'd be like, "All right, that's fine. Cool. Bye. Bye.
Right.
Take care. Have fun. Pack a raincoat, both types,
Well,
so
that's when they got to start paying attention, when she's nagging, right, or constantly trying to have a conversation, trying to see what's wrong with you, in your face, in your
mhm.
space, trying to figure things out, trying to come up with a solution. She's still there emotionally. She's still
Yeah.
there, not just physically.
Mhm.
She's still there emotionally. It's when she shuts down, that's when you really need to start paying attention. When she goes from nagging to, I don't care what you do,
Mhm.
you pretty much have lost her. And honestly, she's already planning her exit.
Mhm. Do you think that, let me ask, because since we talking about it, and people
Mhm.
in the comments as well, because I'm curious.
Okay.
Once a woman shuts down like that and she has emotionally checked out, do
Mhm.
you think there's a way to bring her back?
Ooh. Um, I think that there is a way, but
Mm-hmm.
it's the time thing. Is there enough time that she's willing to stay for his shift, his change, his eyes to open, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she can get back to trusting him, loving him, rebuilding. It's the time piece. If the time piece ain't there, no, it's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out if the time piece ain't there. That's my definitely, yeah, no.
Okay. I'm just wondering. I mean, I don't know. I will say, in my opinion, I don't know. I think it highly depends on what has caused her to shut down,
Mhm.
right? Like
Okay.
what has happened. Um, because some things you can't come back from. Sometimes women will take and take and take, and then once they reach that breaking point because they took so much, they
Hmm.
can't come back from it. Right. And some people, like, let's say myself, sometimes I can admit that sometimes, but not in a bad way. My tolerance is like, I'm not tolerating, what some people tolerate. Like, I'd be like, damn, girl, you tolerated all that. You deserve, I mean, a crazy medal, but maybe a medal, but but that's not the type of medal you want. I'm like, oh, so that's what we doing?
Mm.
I'm good. And that's why, getting back to the conversation, that's why we have to be better at recognizing the good and the not
Hmm.
so good. Now,
True.
and I'll say, with red flag, green flag, I'll say that, look, nobody out here is going to be perfect,
Nah.
right? Nobody.
Mm-mm.
We all come with baggage, and especially, like, we mature women, right? We ain't 22 years old, so we
Never.
definitely coming with some baggage, and so we're men, right?
Never.
So yeah, so we got to look at it like, okay, what are the primary things that I want in a relationship or in my person? And I need to be focused on the good. So let's talk about a few green flags, because when you guys are out here dating, I want you to be focused on the things that you want to attract, right? Instead of, yes, we need to be aware of red flags, but don't go looking for them. Right.
Right,
Don't
right,
be on
right.
like, I'm looking for the red flags. No, I'm looking for the green flags. I'm looking for the things that make my heart pitter pat, girl. I'm looking for the things that make, the stuff down there get flowing too, the energy flowing. That I'm looking for somebody to get all the energy flowing, right? So those are green flags, right?
Right,
So
right.
let's talk about some green flags. You go right ahead, Marshawn.
I would have to say one green flag that I think a lot of people overlook is when he encourages you to keep your friendships, to keep your
Mm-hmm.
familial relationships going, to keep them healthy. He encourages you to, go out there and make sure that you are keeping up with those people, and those relationships, including your child or children, whether they're grown, whatever, but just
Yeah.
your relationships to keep them healthy. Because number one, we should be doing this anyway, but him encouraging you, because a lot of times we think that our person is going to be our everything. And honestly, that creates a lot of pressure. That puts a
Mm-hmm.
lot of pressure on our mates to be our all in every area of our lives. And one of the reasons why that occurs is because of the whole village that we have or had back in the day has been really restructured. I'll say that because a lot of us don't live near our siblings and parents. A lot of us have moved
Mm-hmm.
away and everything. So then we put the pressure on our mates to be all of those things that we
Yeah.
once got from our village.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, if he's
Mm-hmm.
encouraging you to be around, to call, whatever, hang out, go do your girlfriend nights, go do your family nights, whatever, or whether he goes or not. But the point is, he's encouraging you to keep those relationships up and healthy.
And I think women got to do the same for men, for sure.
Mhm. That's true.
you know because I know a lot of clingy women, they want their men around them all the time. And I know my oldest son, he dated a girl like that. I ain't gonna name no names, but he dated a young lady like that. I remember him complaining. He was like, she always want to be around me, and he's like, I thought she had her own life. And we y'all, don't nobody want to be around you all day on day. So if your man has hobbies, you meet him, and he was having hobbies. He was going out poker night with his friends,
Mhm.
or he was going on golf trips or whatever. I would say definitely, allow that and encourage that. Now, I did have an issue in one of my relationships with the golf trips, because they outweighed the trips with me. And I'm like, there's a problem.
I see. I see.
Okay, and I'd be like, any woman would have it's not just me. Any woman would have a problem if the golf trips outweigh the vacations with her. Right? Am I lying?
No,
Ladies in the
no,
chat.
I don't think you're lying there.
No, and I'm like,
Patrick said
so
balancing acts.
yeah, it's like, well, because I'm not gonna hang out with my girlfriends more than I hang out with my man. Like that, and I'm not gonna go on these vacations more with my girlfriends than my own man. Like, my girlfriends, I love my girlfriends, but I'm sorry, y'all ain't digging me down. Y'all ain't doing that. Y'all not. Yeah, what we doing on the trip? So huge. Okay, I don't want to go back to the red flag, but I'm just saying that was a red flag for me, and I would bring it up and I would fight for it, but I would find that maybe gaslighting would
Mm,
enter the picture, like
mhm, mhm.
make me seem like I'm crazy. I'm not crazy because I know any woman would have a problem with it, right?
Mhm,
So
mhm.
green flag would I would agree. Yes, keep your friends, both of you, keep your friends, keep your community, keep your
Yes.
support network,
Yep.
and
Yep.
allow your partner to do so. I think that's very important because you see, as we get older, let's say somebody got married at 25, they get divorced at 55, and they lost touch with their friends, right? They lost touch, and then they get single again. They have no community anymore,
No community. Hmm.
and that's what's causing a lot of people to not live as long because of the loneliness is a real it's a real epidemic.
Yeah.
Like it, so keep your damn community and your hobbies.
And
Okay.
that's really huge for men. When
Yes.
women, we have a tendency to have more of our friends and friendships as we age, whatever. Not everybody, but the research has shown that more men die a lot sooner
Yes.
because they don't have the community once their partner, wife, whomever is passes away. That's what I'll say. That's what the research is showing. After their partner passes away, they tend to pass away a few years later because of the, or I should say, the non connections with their homeboys or whatever they call them nowadays. Yeah, they're men too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay, Patrick. Look, he said he was
we're
probably cheating.
straightforward.
Yeah, look, Patrick. I ain't. I look. I just knew, boo boo, that it was a red flag. And again, I'm very outspoken, and I bring things up, and I'm like, well, no, it don't sit right with me. So, yep. And NYC chocolate. No, you're not. I know. I know. I ain't lying, girl. I'm telling you right now. I would think one, and this is simple when you go on a date. This is just the most simple green flag. Ladies, if that man can confirm the date, I have been on hundreds of dates. I have. And, I only had like a handful of men actually confirm the date.
Mm,
And
mm.
I'm gonna tell you, with me, y'all see this curly head on my head. Now, I used to have a lot more hair than this hair on my head, right? Blame menopause and all that other stuff. My hair, takes several hours to dry. I have to
Okay.
plan my curly hair day. Like, I have to plan my wash day.
Wow.
Okay, if I want my hair to look good for the date, I got to make sure that I'm gonna wash it the day before, or I'm gonna wash it the morning. So I gotta get to the gym like by 6, 7 a.m. If the date is at 3 p.m., like I gotta do all
Dang.
this planning so I
Okay.
don't show. Yeah, so I don't show up to the date looking like somebody lost wet ass poodle, right? So I'm like, if you can't confirm the date, I'm not showing up on the
Mm.
date looking crazy, hair looking like a Jerry curl, dripping on the back of the seat like in Coming to America. I'm not doing any of that. So I would tell men, and some they would confirm like literally, I'm on my way, and I'm like, well, you on your own because I'm not gonna be there. I wouldn't show up.
So wait, let me get some clarification here, because maybe
Hmm.
somebody else want to know this too. Was it that they, okay, you made date whatever, maybe a few days before, whatever the case may be, right? The
Hmm.
date of, they never said, are we still meeting, or I'll see you
Nope.
at X, Y, and Z. None of that
Nope.
happened. Okay, okay.
Nope.
So
Let's say they. Oh, my dog. Yeah, I got a Cujo. I got a pit bull.
I actually heard him that time.
Okay, sorry. Hey, yeah, hey, don't come over here acting crazy. My dog 100 pounds now. But okay, so yes, let's say we schedule a date on Tuesday,
Okay.
right? And that happens when you meet a bunch of people. Okay, would you like to go on a date with me Saturday? And I'd be like, absolutely. Okay, Wednesday go. Thursday go. I don't hear anything. He says hi on Wednesday, and then Thursday, I don't hear anything. Friday, you think Saturday, girl, do you really think I'm getting dressed to go
Wow.
on a date? You know how many clients I've had that said, and I'm like, girl, what the hell are you sitting there waiting on? If this person hasn't even confirmed, like at least the night before to say, hey, are we still on tomorrow night? If you haven't heard, I ain't going. I've told many men, they'll confirm like an hour before. Are we still on? No. I said, no, I've made other plans. And I really would. I'd have another date lined up just
Listen,
like that.
you talking about days? Like let's make this date, and then out you don't hear like no texting, no in between anything. Man, bye. You ain't interested in me.
You keep it moving. You know how many women know that will just sit there and still think that they have a date? And men too, because I have male clients, men too. And I've had to tell one of my clients, I'm like, just let
Mm-mm.
it go. If you haven't heard from her, let it go.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
no.
But the green flag is somebody who can confirm the date the night before. Yeah, I just want to confirm that we're still meeting tomorrow at 7 p.m. I'm like, chick. That's a huge green flag. I'm
Yeah,
like, you can do that. That just shows like, okay, you care about me. You want to go out with me. You
mhm,
want to meet me, and
mhm.
you have enough sense to actually plan something. So, green flag for me.
Absolutely.
So listen, I know I'm going through same with me and my hair. Yes, Rhonda. Yes, we not trying to show up on a date looking crazy, but I'm telling you, yeah, I know what Dr. L said. When I hear these lady stories, I truly can't understand what some men are doing. Confirming a date seems standard. Dr. L, I'm sitting here telling you, it's not standard. It is not standard. I asked my middle son. He went on a date. I don't know. He's had a few dates. And I asked him. I said, "Did you confirm? I mean, did you confirm the date?" He was like, "No." I, Carry on, son. Carry on. I bet you if I was her, I wouldn't show up. I'm just letting you know. Mm-hmm.
Different generation. But can I just give you your flowers and say thank you for trying to teach your sons? At least putting the little seeds out there, because I know they're grown. You can only teach them so much when they're grown. But putting the seeds in their head to,
Mm-hmm.
did you confirm? I get that he's in a different generation, but at the
Yeah,
same
he
time,
20 in his
do better.
20s.
Let's do better. Let's do better, because 20s,
Mm-hmm.
if you're doing it in your 20s and it's not corrected, that's going to be in your 30s and your 40s. And
Yes.
so we got to start correcting this thing. So I'm giving you flowers to do that for
Well, I
your
appreciate
older
that.
son. Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
I try to teach them, all three of them, because all three of my sons are grown. They're adults. So I tried. I know my middle son, he cracks me up. He went on a date, and he's in a younger generation. Let me just say, the girl he was on a date with, she got into a fist fight on the date. And I was like, what?
What's all beating out here in these
I
streets?
said, I said, I hope you left her ass right up in that spot fighting. I said, because that sound like, I'm like, my gosh, it is a
Red flag.
dynamic, different dynamic today. I'm like, I can't imagine. I can't imagine. But the things that they deal with today, I'm just so glad, girl. I am not in my 20s.
Yeah, no, me
I may
too.
look 28, but no. It's like,
Okay.
what Dr. L said, Dr. L said, I need to get me a wife because this dating scene is straight madness. I'm going to say this. I don't think, okay, Dr. L, I don't think the dating scene is terrible. I'm going to say I don't think it is. Dr. L, I don't think so. I don't know, Marshawn. Well, I know, Marshawn, you're not actively dating,
I'm
right?
not actively dating right now. But when I was in it, I didn't think it was crazy. I think we just have to be more selective and not rush into it. I know there was one comment where we're not rushing into things, because we're only looking for one person. And yes, it can take some time. And yes, it can be exhausting sometimes, right? But I think
Hmm.
if we have a better strategy, we know what we
Hmm.
want, we're not wasting a lot of unnecessary time, energy, and effort on people. If you're paying attention to what green flags are, you're paying attention to what red flags are, so you're not wasting a lot of this energy, then you can move forward faster. I think a lot of us get butt hurt because
Hmm.
we're not really paying attention, because our expectations are up here, not paying attention to how the person is presenting themselves. We are seeing what we want to see. We got the rose colored glasses on versus who they are presenting themselves as, and being able to boot them real quick if we need to, or keep them around if they're matching up with our morals and our values and whatever it is that we're looking for in our life, and having these deeper conversations. Okay. Yeah.
Well, okay, I see. Let's see what Dr. L say. The problem is the girls, women, boo. Women think
Correction.
that confirming is lame. They don't think y'all need to communicate every day. Confirming and communicating. I'm not saying look, we have to talk on the phone every day. I once had a man that called me every morning in the drive-through of some getting his sugary food. I know I talked about the sugary food before that turned me off, but he called me every morning, and had nothing to say, nothing to say
No,
until
no.
I finally asked him. I said, do you got to say anything? I mean, like, do you want to? Did you call me for a reason? I had to actually communicate, and I wasn't trying to be mean, but I was like, you called me, and I know this was during the pandemic. This was, when we were all home, right? And so maybe he felt lonely. I'm not sure, but he called me every morning and never said anything. Just sat there
Yeah,
and
no.
breathed on the phone. And I'm like, I'd rather you not call me then.
I've actually
Don't
had
call
one of
me.
them too. I've actually had one of them, and it's so frustrating. Just calling a whole. You just called to listen to me breathe? Like what we doing? What
Yeah,
we doing?
let's not do that.
Yeah.
Like call and have something to say, right?
Mm.
We can, we could talk about stuff, but just to call to hear me, pee on the toilet first thing in the morning, it ain't romantic, And I'm like, what does he want? He didn't, I used to tell my daddy, I'm like, Daddy, he can't hold a conversation. He not for me. I can't do it. Now, Rhonda, I'm telling you, yes, you do need to attend a dating class. Yes, and
Mhm.
that's what Coach Marshawn and I offer.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely. Yes, because a lot of people, and that's why I'm doing a dating series right now on YouTube as well. Before y'all get out here and start dating, y'all got to work on some key elements about yourselves,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you're going to keep attracting the same thing over and over and over again until you work on yourself. And I'll say this, y'all, and men and women, right? When y'all looking at somebody, sometimes I feel like y'all see the red flags, but y'all see other things that outweigh the red flags and ignore the red flags. And I've been guilty of it as well. I've been guilty of it as well. And it always comes back to bite you in the ass. It does. Right? So women, oh, but he is 6'3". Girl, he got muscles and a beard. Girl, I don't care if he live at home in his mama basement at 38 years
Ooh,
old,
yeah,
still
yes,
trying to
you
be a
do.
rapper.
Oh,
And this is
Lord.
like,
You gonna care. You gonna care.
yes, you are. Like, we look at men too, like, oh my gosh, her ass is fat. Oh, I mean, golly, or she can use her mouth, blah, 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 right? She can use that mouth. I ain't get rid of her. And even though her baby daddy crazy and he getting out of prison next year. And it's just like, huh? We look over those red flags because we think that, we just too excited about some superficial things that don't matter.
Or that they're going to change. Well, when we get together, he's going to change or she's going to change.
Oh,
And
that's her. That's what he did with her, not me.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You're gonna find out. You keep doing it. You keep going over there. Keep taking your little tail over there. You're gonna find out.
Oh yeah. You know what? Okay, look, when you're on a date and you go out with somebody and y'all talking about, well, what happened? Because this is a question that happens, that comes up all the time. What happened in your last relationship? Y'all
Mm-hmm.
pay attention to that answer. Pay attention clearly. If they say, well, she or he did all this and all this, and there's no accountability on their end. They was just perfect. They were perfect. But if they were like, you know what? I could have done better in XYZ. I've learned from it. The relationship I grew from or whatever. That's a green flag where they
Mm-hmm.
take some accountability, but none.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But
Hmm.
even can we go a little further? Just even how he's speaking about the ex herself.
Hmm.
If he's consistently bad mouthing her, every literally everything that comes out of his mouth about her, he has is bad. He has nothing nice to say about her. And this could be for the women as well, right? Everything he did was horrible to you, for you, did nothing. It was always and never, which are two words you shouldn't be having in your relationship anyway. But we just really have to pay attention to these things, and specifically when he's talking about
Hmm.
the ex, or she's talking about
Yeah.
the ex. If it's more, not, what, things could have been better. Again, not even focusing on the ex. It's like, yeah, things could have been better. She probably could have did one or two things better, but then they come back to themselves, because I wasn't perfect. I could have did A, B, C, D as well. This is a green flag as well. This is green. You don't want
Hmm.
somebody that's bad mouthing the ex, or just their family members. Maybe they feel a way about their mama. Maybe they feel a way about their daddy. Just pay attention to how many people are on his negative side, because at some point, and I'm saying he, but it could be her too, at some point you're gonna be on this negative list and you're gonna be a part
Oh
of the
yeah.
bashing later
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, you're gonna be the butt of them daggone, yeah. Even the things that I had gone through with my previous marriage, and I've done videos about that stuff. Okay,
Yes, you
I
have.
have. Yes, I have.
Yes,
Okay,
you
because
have.
I went through some stuff in my marriage, y'all. But it was a learned lesson, right? And look, help me with content creation. Every
Right.
time I be like, oh, I got another video I could do, but still, I still try not to, like, I speak the truth, but not, I don't want to come out here and be like, he the devil and all this other stuff. And when I was going on dates, like I just said, you know what, it didn't work out. We just didn't align. Not really coming forward and saying everything that we went through because it was nobody's, on a date. I didn't
Hmm.
want to share like that oversharing stuff. It just, hey, we just didn't align, and I wish him the best. That's all you
And,
gotta
and
say.
honestly, over time, some of those things probably will
Come
come
out.
out. But
They'll come
as you
out.
become closer, more connected, or coupled, or whatever, but not on. Listen, don't be out there, because really you are making yourself look bad. You're not really making the other person look bad. You're making yourself look bad because you're the one that's out. You're the one that's speaking about them currently in this negative light. So if they're not for you, the relationship didn't work out. All of us have a past. All of us done some dumb stuff in our 20s and even in our 30s, sometimes in our 40s and 50s, right? We are starting to learn from these things. This is why it's so important to get under the correct tutelage or better
Mm-hmm.
tutelage and learn these different skills and different tools that are out here for each of us, not just not just you ladies and gentlemen that are here, but also for me and V. It's really a growth journey. It's paying attention. It's um listening to some people, that like couples that have been married. If you
Yeah.
listen to people that have been married 40, 50 years, you always hear about their lows if you give them the opportunity to share some things with you. It's not always perfect. It's not always flowers and butterflies. And you are going to go through some things, and you have to be prepared for that. So a lot of times we're not prepared enough to be in these adult relationships. We bring our little girl and our little boy and our trauma into these
Mm-hmm.
relationships, thinking that the person that we're with is going to fix us, is going to
Yep.
make it all better, not realizing that your work is your work. Your work is
Mm-hmm.
your work. His work is his work. We all have to do our work. And if we all make a collective effort to do our work, we really can
Mm-hmm.
start breaking down the bridge. We can start breaking down the brick wall and destroying these generational curses, specifically in our communities.
Mm-hmm. Yep, negative energy is negative energy. From Patrick, and I look, I can feel people's energies, right? I'm not gonna say I'm an empath, but y'all, if it's some negativity coming from you,
Mhm.
if you're negative about everything, I can't, this they can't, like that's very negative, right? So green flag is somebody who's positive and just see things like with I guess they're rose colored glasses, right? But they can see things that anything is possible if you believe it. Hey, you can achieve it. That type of mentality
Mhm.
I find attractive to me. Because pillow talk is important. Right. It's so important. If you're laying next to your partner, you're sharing your dreams, hopes, and all that, and they sitting there shooting it down, it's like, well, damn, you're not going to share
Mhm.
anymore. But being with somebody who believes in you, who
Mhm.
believes that you are able to do things, right? They have your back and they be like, yeah, babe, that sounds like good. Yeah, let's, go for it. Go for it. Go for that promotion, whatever you got going on. Somebody like that, that's going to be supportive. That is a huge green flag. Like you
Huge.
said, somebody that red flag behavior is somebody probably in a joke, but they mean that ish, right?
That's
Putting
why
you
they said it.
down. How you gonna do that when you ain't even past the
Mhm.
third grade?
Mhm.
You can't even walk and talk. Like that's yeah, that's not the energy you want. So I
Mhm.
know Patrick, but putting Patrick, I'm trying to get your comments up here. What's it?
Patrick on one tonight. I love it though, Patrick. He got the
Mm,
list for us.
he's like, look, I've been out here dating. It's a whole lot of red flags out here. What's meant to be to be. Yes, I agree. I Oh, look, Garrett. He said, I came in, the first thing I heard was pillow talk. Yep, you'd have missed our pillow talk. No, well, Garrett, were you out dancing tonight? Is tonight a non-dancing night? Because Garrett likes to go dancing.
Okay.
I guess Garrett is a really good dancer. Oh, what Dr. L say here? Patrick gonna get carpal tunnel.
I mean, he on one. He ain't let it stop.
Oh, look, Dr. L. Patrick said he is 6'4" though. Okay, okay. No, don't be like your boy, Dr. L's boy. What's his? Why is his name escaping me? A Peaceful Life. Okay, that they ain't that they're going peaceful internally. But okay, literally. Oh, look, Garrett be dancing, y'all. Y'all women, I'm telling you. I know y'all be getting on Garrett, but Garrett be out here dancing and moving his feet. He said he just walked out of a cha-cha class. Okay, okay. Well, good. I'm all for a man with some hobbies, and I think women like a man that can dance. I'm just saying.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yes, I like a
Green
man that
flag.
can
Green
dance.
flag for sure.
Oh! That like Mimi said, green flag on the play. Yeah, women like a man that can dance. Oh, look, she said, don't bring up that name, girl. NYC chocolate. I know, girl. I know you right about that. You right about that. I ain't, cause watch. You know how to manifest him. You bring up a name, and I have that talent. I'll bring up something, and voila,
Pop
there it
in there.
is.
Pop on in
Mm,
there.
you ain't lying. And I know Rhonda, girl, what Rhonda, we love a man. Yes, we love a man that can dance. Garrett says Sunday evening was a historic evening. Historic. I've never had multiple women offer to pay for me to stay and dance with them before.
Okay,
Okay, Garrett.
Garrett. You are now. You throwing it out there. Multiple. Okay, got the air quotes and multiple,
he,
honey.
he said historic. It was a historic evening. Okay. I've only had, I think my ex-husband, I will say, could dance. He wasn't on the floor doing all kinds of stuff, but he could keep a beat, which I did like. So when we went on the dance floor, I knew that, that we be straight. He won't go elbow me in my face or anything like that.
Oh no.
So I did
Who I been
like
dancing
that.
with?
I did like that about him, like, because we started off as friends. He's my frat brother, and we
Okay.
went out. We used to, this was in our 20s. We used to go out to the clubs in the DC area, and then we would dance. And I was like, I always knew that he could dance. So I think that might have been the last man I actually been with that could really dance,
Mhm.
dance.
Well, we
Okay.
so old. We old now. We ain't getting down like that no more.
I mean, I ain't dropping it like it's hot, but
I mean, hell, maybe you are. Maybe you are.
girl, not these knees. Oh no, not these knees. But I'm gonna drop it a little bit. I am starting to learn how to. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, y'all. That I'm trying to learn how to twerk. Yes, I am. I'm trying. I'm trying to learn. Yes, I am. Me and my 50-year-old ass. Yes, I am.
What? Let me ask you why. Everybody in the room want to know why. Why are you trying to learn this in your 50s? Why?
Yeah, because I think the way some of these women are moving these hips, and I'm like, okay, I want to do that. I want to do that too. I want to be.
Okay.
Y'all know I ain't got much of a booty. I done said this. I ain't got much of a booty. I inherited my mama Chinese flat ass. So and then I see the women who don't. There's women out here who don't. Shut your AWS up, okay?
You need an ass.
I'm telling you that you don't need an ass to twerk. No, you don't. Biatch. I'm just saying, Mimi. I know Mimi and I go back to when I was a kid in ponytail. No, you don't. I'm just saying I want to learn. And then you know what? Dancing women, dancing. The swaying of the hips. I talk about this. That's that feminine. That's that energy, right? It's the movement of the hips, right? And here's the thing: when you are actively having physical sex, right? What are you moving? You're moving your hips, and when you move your hips, you will find the swaying of the hips will get you in the mood. You will find that you could become more sexual, more horny, more, dare I say, wet, if you move your hips, right? And
I can see that.
Yep.
I didn't know that there was
truth.
a correlation, but I totally could see it.
It's 100% a correlation, not making it up. So let's see what I'm just saying.
Maybe that's
y'all
why Spanish sisters be out there. They be sexy all the time, honey.
Yeah, that's why they keep a man. Okay, that's why they keep a man.
Okay.
Mm, we don't want to break any hips out here or send them spinning off like a top. I'm just okay, Garrett. Okay, let's see. My board,
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you, Mimi, my booty is going to jiggle. Okay, it's going to jiggle. Damn you.
Mimi, don't come over that hard. My goodness.
She get on my damn nerves. How you block somebody off here? Remove their asses so they can't comment no more. Mm-hmm. Okay, Dr. L said he just got to practice. Yeah, we got to see you be able to dance, Dr. L. Oh,
And you can't dance, sir.
he said
Hold on
he
that
said he
bravado.
needs to practice. He needs to practice to dance. Dr. L, I'm a little disappointed in that you yep, you got to show V. Oh, the NYC chocolate. She said
Uh-oh
you got to
now.
show V them moves.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you know what? Let me just say, because I know that was a question on the last live that Dr. L and I did, people. Okay, look, Dr. L and I are not a couple. Let me clear that up. We are not a couple. I know I say things out my mouth all the time. Dr. L will tell you, I say things out my mouth all the time. And they be jokes. They be jokes. But Dr. L and I will say it. Dr. L's not on here, but Dr. L and I have met in person.
He's
Yes, we
still
have.
here. He's still here.
We have met. We have met in person. He's a wonderful person. I'm gonna say that he's a wonderful person, and we get along very, very well. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. We are not an official couple or nothing like that. No. All right. So, Mimi, I don't know. Don't love you. Mm-mm. Okay. So, Garrett, are you good with the line dances? What do you call it? Because I really
Yeah,
like that
line
dance.
dance.
But what's that line dance? The one with the dangerous one. So I've been practicing that one. I've been practicing, y'all. I just need to be invited out to where the song is played. That's all.
Oh shoot. Oh shoot.
No, I ain't jealous of. I look. I'm half black. Let me just be very clear. I'm half black. Okay. She get on my damn nerves. I'm about to block Mimi. How you? I'm about to see how I can block her from here.
She's
Let's
coming for
see.
you hard too.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
that's what
okay.
close friends do though. That's
I'm.
close friend. Listen,
You
we
wait
gotta
till you
have
go
friends.
live. She wait till she go live on her channel when she be showing everybody how to make cakes. I'm gonna be cutting up on your channel. Okay, let's see. V, that falls under club or country, depending on the song. So no, you don't do that. Okay. Okay,
Okay.
Garrett. So I guess we not want no dancing then. That's fine. But okay, what we gonna get back to and even wrap up the whole conversation
Yeah.
with the red flags and the green flags. Is there one that you wanted to mention, Coach Marshawn?
I'm so sorry. Can you repeat the question?
Oh, you done tuned me out.
I'm
So
sorry.
I was saying if you wanted to whether a good red flag or I mean, well, not, is that an oxymoron? But a red flag or a green flag that you wanted to highlight as we, just wrap up. Look, no, Mimi, you don't need to meet Garrett. Okay, get back to making them cakes.
Yeah. So I know most of us are familiar with the love languages, the 5 love languages, right? So one that I love to mention is your partner or you, right? Being mindful of how they want to receive love. Being mindful of how they want to receive love, right? Because all of us, we show up in different ways. We want it different. We want different things, and what your last partner liked, right? This partner may not like. So this is where that open communication comes into play, being aware of what their love language is. And I would actually venture to say the top three. This is something that I believe, right? So if you share your top three with your partner and your partner is sharing their top three with you, you two could have a pretty beautiful relationship. It's not to say that you are excusing or getting rid of the other two, but if you know their top three and they know your top three and both of you are showing each other love in that way, you can have a pretty beautiful relationship.
Okay. Patrick, what you mixed with? I see you say I'm mixed too. Are you Asian and black like me? Are you Blasian? Are we cousins? I'm just wondering what are you mixed with? But okay. And Let's see. I'm sorry. Let me try to keep up. Oh, okay. We got to take that one off. Didn't mean to show Mimi anymore. Short men, etc. is
Patrick,
a
don't
red
do
flag.
that. Short men are not a red flag. Listen, there are so many short men out there that are great men. And I think a lot of us miss out on great men because of height. Or we
Yes.
friend zone great men because of height. Your best relationship could be with a short man. That's all I'm saying is keep your eyes open, keep your ears peeled, and those people that are already probably around you, specifically the short men that Patrick just threw under the bus, could be the best father, best husband, best friend, best relationship you ever had.
Yes. And men, don't overlook the women who may not have a big booty. That's all I'm saying. Maybe she has a beautiful heart. Okay. Maybe she comes with excellent, I don't know, cooking skills. Maybe she's funny. Maybe she has her own YouTube channel. Okay.
You know what? I feel like you describing somebody else that's not me on the camera. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like I might have to sell myself, like somebody, like a man who's 5'4", he might have to sell himself a little bit more. I have to sell myself a little bit more, but okay. Okay. Patrick is black and white. Okay. Patrick, are you single? Because I am starting a series. Let me just say, I am starting a series where I want to highlight single people, where I interview you on the show. Right, single men, single women. Let's get out here and try to find you some love. Right. So I do have somebody lined up to be first. A man, he's going to be first, and then if there are any women who watch, you guys want to come on here and be in the hot seat, and let's try to find y'all a mate out here. You never know. You never know where love is going to find you. Okay, all I'm saying is you never know, but we got to put ourselves out there. Okay, so I say 410. I said 410 on a live 2 weeks ago, but V wouldn't go for that. Oh, no. Okay. 410 is stretching it. Women, I'm sorry. Women aren't going to deal with somebody. We have to be honest.
That's not true.
Okay. Some women who are 4'9" might, 410, you're coming to my nipple. That's going to be a tough sell for me. For my preference.
Okay. For her. For the short men in the room, that's 410.
Like if my dog stands up and if he is taller than you, we have a problem. And so that if my dog can take you out, like
that is one woman's opinion. That's one woman's opinion, and she's entitled to her opinion.
You're right. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, like I'm gonna need you to be able to stand up to my dog. Right? Like my dog, okay? This his house. And if you can't stand up to my dog, then I don't know. Oh yeah, thank you. She says my face and my humor sells it all. Thank you.
You just said you got a whole bunch of men in your DM, so I don't think the selling part you needed to do, but okay.
I didn't say a whole bunch. I do have men. I will say I do appreciate. And you know what? And then the men who end up in my DMs, a lot of them, I swear, we just end up communicating on and on and on and on. They share videos with me. You can ask them, like, we end up becoming cool. We're sharing, reels back and forth and all that. Like, I appreciate those people, even women. Like, I'm if you come into my DMs on Instagram, I do not ignore you. I do not. I may not answer right away, but I do read them. I respond, just like emails. You can ask people who email me. I do respond. I do. Okay. Well, Yoli says she's single. So girl, email me. Okay. I'm saying if you're willing to come on the show to be in the seat and let's talk about what it's like being single, where do you live and stuff like that. Let's make some love connections out here. Y'all in the chat, you might as well be on the damn show. Okay. And Dr. L to start. You don't want Dr. L to start no matchmaking service. I'm telling you right now, Dr. L, he ain't as positive as me. That's all I'm saying. Dr. L, you know that too. I'm more optimistic that I believe love exists, girl. So you're going to want to be with me. Okay. And let's see what Garrett said. A more confident, established, wealthy, powerful, etc. man becomes, yeah, okay. Wait, exponentially more difficult is to convince him to be. I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, because men who are more established, more wealthy, their ops. Garrett, don't talk about the answer emails. I went back to look for your email. Okay, Garrett, I'm gonna tell you, I went back to look for your email. You did not send me. He trying to call me out. You didn't send me an email. No, you didn't. I looked. I went back and looked. Check your sent. Okay. But
And
I will.
we ain't convincing nobody. Let me just say, if you got to convince somebody to be in a relationship with you, move on.
Yeah.
Ain't convincing nobody. We too old to convince folks to like us, to love us, to show up. Too much.
Yeah, I ain't trying to sell myself like that. You're gonna love me or not, and okay, Doctor L. He said I'm way more positive than you. Are you, Doctor L?
Well, he got to get a big fish laugh on there. So,
Well, Patrick, I want you to care. Okay, Patrick said he's ladies. How old are you, Patrick? Patrick is 6'4". He is biracial, uh, uh, half black and half white. And see, and he said he's single but not desperate. See, I'm just saying. A lot of us in this chat, a lot of y'all in the chat that I see, week after week, a lot of you are single. So we should make a get together in person. I'm in the DMV. We should get together and have a meetup. Like, maybe once a month we get together, because I know a lot of y'all are in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area as well. We should get together in person if y'all
oh, so us
down.
West Coasters are not invited. Perfect.
No, you're not. You're not. You too
Perfect.
damn
Okay.
far.
I
You a
heard you loud and
California
clear.
girl. You're more than welcome. When you come out here, you're more than welcome to join us.
Okay.
Oh, okay. He said, I'm Garrett. I'm gonna go back and check my email. I promise you, when you told me that the other day, I went and looked in my email, Coach Marshawn. I'm telling you, I did not see an email from you. Okay. I'm gonna look again.
He is not
Okay.
letting it go. I don't know if you saw, but Patrick said he's 40.
Oh, Patrick, you're 40. Okay. Okay. See, Patrick's 40. Yoli, how old are you? I
What
think
you trying to make a match making right
I'm
now?
just
You
I'm
trying
just
to do it right
wondering.
now?
I'm saying y'all need to tune in when y'all be back on the show. Okay, so Patrick is 40. He's half white, half black. And what I say, he's 6'4", and he's saying, oh, Yoli is 51. See, okay. But Yoli in her picture right here, I'm just saying, Yoli looks good in this
Okay.
profile picture. Okay, I'm
51
just saying.
where? 51 where?
That's what I'm saying. See, NYC Chocolate, we could have a love connection right here on YouTube. We don't
It's true.
know.
Never know when you're
Oh,
gonna meet the person.
oh, he said, "What's worse, V? 410 or two decades younger than you?" I'm gonna go with the 410 for 500 points, Alex. You think I'm scared of somebody who's 30 years old? No, I'm gonna take the 30-year-old.
Nah, I'm not.
Just be older than my children.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, no.
Okay, my youngest child. I'm gonna
I,
take my young.
I hear you, but 30, no.
Yeah, out 30. Yeah, I dated younger, and I will say, it was great. It was great. People say, "Oh, but that's because of no." It wasn't that. That was great too, but no, it was great. He had the best conversation like skills. Like, he was awesome, and he's gorgeous, but he could hold a conversation really, really well. So y'all don't, women don't X them out because they might be, 15 years younger. You never know. 15 years is not that bad. That's about 35 years old.
Shuba the poo. Shuba the poo. That
Really?
maturity, emotion, mature to me. Now, again, right? So I'm entitled to my opinion. I gave you yours early about the short pen. Mine is the
Okay.
8. No, that's too young for me.
Okay.
For me.
Okay. So you would take the 410 over the 30-year-old.
410 with a whole bunch of other stuff. It's not just the 410. He can't be 410 and don't have anything else going on for himself. Like being able to hold a conversation. He want to be the phone breather. Like you can't have all of those things
Okay.
negatively impacting the way that I view how I'm going to say yes or no to our next meeting.
Okay. I don't know about the ladies. Okay. You know what, Garrett? There's some women out here. You just heard it. She gonna take the 410. Who can't be a rapper living in mama's basement
Hell
at
no.
45 years old.
No, that'll be
He
no and no.
he got to be 410. Okay, so Yoli said she don't do younger men. Okay, that's fine. I dig it. Y'all missing out though. I'm just saying you're missing out. And I get it, girl. She said I do not I do look much younger than my age. I get it. So do I. I get it, girl. I said, but I will date a young. Yeah, I date a younger man. Mhm. My oldest son dates has dated women my age. Do you know what that's like to see your son
Wow.
out? I ain't gonna put his business out there, but my goodness, I'm
Tell me
like,
later. Tell me later though.
yeah, but these younger men today are dating older women.
Yeah.
They are
They be
dating.
turning their butts out. That's what, yeah. They turn their little
Mm-mm.
butts out.
They say because younger women just sometimes because we didn't grow up in an age where we were Instagram models. Like we knew how to get outside and play. Right?
Yes.
We knew how to get outside and speak and have conversations. And when you have, young men that know how, like my oldest son, he's very handsome, right? And he's very personable.
Hmm.
And he has a very outgoing personality, right? And so he meets young women and they don't be on his conversational skills, and
Yeah,
so that's why he prefers older women because
I
they
can see
talk more about and not Instagram. Like, what's your Snapchat? What's your TikTok?
the social skills suck for a lot of the younger generation. It does. Yeah, it
Mm.
does.
Well, okay, ladies, they can't do younger men. Oh, okay, okay. Rhonda said I've done younger, but only 5 years younger though. Okay, that's okay. But you know what? Here's the thing. Men ain't gonna hesitate to take a younger woman over a 50-year-old woman. They ain't gonna. Ain't that right, Dr. L? Okay, y'all ain't gonna hesitate taking the 25 or the 35-year-old woman over a woman who's 50. I'm like, well,
She throwing you under the bus, Doc. She throwing you under the bus.
yeah, I'm saying right, man. I mean, because Dr. L, we had a whole conversation on that where he hurt my feelings, and he was like, look, chick, your ass is old. Hang it up. Hang up your saggy boobies and keep it moving. We want perky boobs. And I was like, okay. What made me say if he hasn't used tape deck in his I'm like tape deck. Oh, the tape deck and the CD player
You
and the
don't
tape.
even know what a tape deck is. Wait
Yeah,
a
girl.
minute
Yep,
now.
I done forgot. Mimi is quite older than me. Mimi's older than me. Mimi said an eight. Maybe you should have said an 8-track.
You know what? Wow. The shade. You going back? You going back for it too?
Yeah, let's see. Among other things, honesty, maturity, intelligence, ambition. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's biological facts coming out swinging. Okay. Let's see. I was approached by a 27-year-old man once. Okay, but Rhonda, girl, how old are you? Girl, are you our age? If you 40, first of all, let's appreciate the fact that you are attracting men in their 20s. Okay, that is younger than my oldest son, but you are attracting men in your 20s. Like, I mean, we still look good. Black don't crack. I'm sorry, black
Not
don't
really.
crack.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see. Oh, see, look, Patrick said he has an IG. We're gonna put Patrick, put your IG out here so folks can see. Okay. Patrick said he love all boobs. He said even saggy boobs. See? No.
Okay.
What, Dr. L, what is this bus? What is that a bus?
That you rolling over him with the bus, ma'am.
Oh, I still love you, boo. Mimi. Okay. See, how you block Mimi off here? Let's see. Saggy is way more sexy to me. Okay, well, good. Because each year that goes by, they go. Phew. And it's Rhonda says she in her 50s pulling 27-year-old men. Okay, I get it.
It happens. It happens. But
You ain't
no.
lying. Rhonda, okay, NYC chocolate. She said Rhonda and Yoli are beautiful. That's right. I know that's right. Let's uplift each other. Oh, you said your laugh is fabulous, girl.
Thank
Mm,
you.
mm-hmm. Oh, let's see. Yoli said 2 days ago, a guy contacted me. He is 30, was trying to date me. My sons are 22 and 23. And they do not need a big brother.
Right. Big brother. Right. No.
Okay, but I need a daddy. No.
You know what?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like, I'm not opposed to dating younger. That's all. I'm not opposed to dating men outside my race. I'm not. I am. When I am dating, and didn't say I was dating, but when I am dating, right? I don't. Hey, I don't discriminate. I don't.
That's why she's trying to get them twerk skills together.
Mm-hmm.
Twerk
Yeah.
skills together. Oh,
That's
by the
right.
way,
Y'all gonna see it. I'm gonna do it on YouTube live when I
oh
learn it.
Lord Jesus, oh Lord, help us, Father, help us. NYC, thank you, my little laugh. Thank you.
That's right. I'm gonna be, and Mimi, I want you to have a front row seat too when I learn how to do it. Okay. Then you be like, oh, I thought her booty was flatter than a board. And I'm gonna like, nope, watch this little tiny booty cheek. Little booties matter. Little booties matter too.
Oh God, this is too much.
Hmm. Oh, he said, oh, Daddy for V, sign up sheet in the chat. Sign up. Hmm. Let's see. And okay. Women are financeable to the right.
Financeable, like financeable.
Oh, okay. Financeable. I was like, this a new dictionary word? To the right ones they want. Okay. Mm-hmm. Would you
Oh
say
man,
like watching paint dry? That's okay. Mimi, you're gonna be on there. You're gonna watch me learn how to twerk. There's twerking. Just so ladies know, there are twerking classes that they sell them online, right? And there's this woman, I can't remember her name. Is it
who's teaching them?
Anastasia or something? I'm just saying, if y'all want to learn with me, I'm just saying, anybody want to learn with me? Hey, let's download the app and let's practice. And then we just get together, and those in the DMV, we get together, y'all. We just go to different places and
Wait, what?
twerk.
I got a question for the audience. So, is twerking a green flag or a red flag? Let's talk about that real quick. Is that a green flag or a red flag? Please let me know. I want to know.
He said, "Little boobies matter like small wallets matter." Small wallets.
Garrett, don't do that. Garrett, don't do that.
Well, I mean, if you depends on how small. Like, I would like a man who would align with my wallet size, right? I don't ask for any more than I bring. That's one thing about me. I don't ask for more than I bring. So twerking. I'm gonna tell you right now, Garrett, you're gonna like now you're gonna unsend your email. You gonna unsend your email? He said twerking is a hell no. You too late. You already sent me an email, and I'm gonna go find it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna share it on the screen. I'm telling you, Garrett, I don't have the email. I'm telling you. What Dr. Twerking, it's all about the time and place. Yes, Dr. L, I'm not gonna go out here in the club. I wanna, it's it for
You said you're
that's in
gonna
a
put it on
bedroom.
YouTube. Just so we're
Okay,
clear.
I'm gonna show y'all I learned, but it's gonna be for me and my boo. That's all I'm saying. Did you jack up that pronunciation? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I know. Mimi, why don't you come on the StreamYard here and you tell everybody how you say subtly. 'Cause you just come on. Yeah. And I know that's a hard word for you. To the ones they're not. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Does Bacardi sound better? Is that a dance? Bacardi, is that a dance? Better than twerking?
That I don't know. I've never heard of that one. I thought
Girl,
that was a
we
drink.
old over here.
I thought that was a drink.
Is that a rapper too?
No, don't do that. No.
You said don't do that.
Mm.
Okay, NYC chocolate. Yes, I'm gonna do it at home. And when I learn it, I'm gonna do it from home with attached to a camera. That's what maturity matters most in relationship. In my first marriage, I was 8 years older. In my second marriage, I was 9 years younger. Okay. Post both marriages, the first one was the best. Do you think it was the best because you were older? Does age, I think age, does that, well, no, it matters to women too, because y'all said y'all wouldn't date younger men. Big boobies matter like fat wallets matter. Mm, mm. I know something else that needs to be fat too.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Yeah, see, I'm taking it back to the motherland. Similar to twerking, originated in South Africa. I'm taking it back to the motherland. I'm gonna learn.
That's
I'm
Bacardi,
a
right?
dig.
Rhonda,
I'm a
that's
dig.
for Bacardi.
What'd she say?
No. What she's answering.
Oh,
That's for
Bacardi.
Bacardi.
Oh, that's what that is. Oh, okay. So it's an actual dance. Okay. I'm about to, what girl, that's what I'm doing.
Follow the
Rhonda, that's
conversation
what I'm
now.
doing. Girl, it's hard to follow when the chats are coming and I'm trying to read them.
Okay, yes, she already
Standards
said
out.
yes.
Okay, when wet for the ones that the standards are out their window when they're wet for the ones they want.
Ah, I see. Yeah, so their standards go out the window when they're wet for the
Oh.
ones that they want to essentially give their bodies to.
Not I. And that's what we were talking about today with the green and the red flags. Like, do not ignore the red flags just because y'all, he's bald headed, chocolate. Girl, you know what I like? A man with some thick neck muscles and these shoulders right here. Oh, I love a man that's in shape. Let me tell you, I love a man that's physically fit. Girl, yes. But even then so, I'm gonna tell you, even then so, he come up over here looking like Morris Chestnut. Okay. And I'm still going to pay attention to them red flags. I'm telling you, I'm still going to pay attention. Might take me a
Now.
little longer.
Okay, there it is. There it is. Okay.
It might take me a minute after I'm not blinded by the beauty. Okay. Let me be honest. I am not going to sit here lying. He said V's describing L.
Oh, now.
Okay. Rhonda, I'm looking to okay, yes. I'm gonna look up Bacardi too. I'm gonna see what does it say. Them traps, yes. A man that I'm a weak for a man with some good traps. Right here, like the strong neck muscles when they be in the gym. Like, why my head look even bigger? I got a big ass head.
Wow.
That's the Chinese side in me. I got a big head, but big head mean big brain. That's what my mother told me when I was little.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm telling you, I do try weightlifting. Yes, I do. I'm not I don't know if y'all can tell, I'm not a big woman. So, I'm not a big woman, but I do go to the gym probably about 5, 6 days a week, and I do lift weights. I have to maybe share another picture of me like full body. So I'm not a big woman, but I do definitely believe in exercising. And Garrett Traps, you say yes, Garrett. Share your picture in my email. Okay. Now being single, I've been approached by women up to 25 years younger, which is too young. Daryl, how old are you? Did he say how old he was up there?
I don't think so.
Okay. Done squats, Patrick. Mm-hmm.
For
Yes.
some, it just won't come. I mean, I'm not trying to be negative, but I have a she's half black and Asian, and she's doing the same thing with her booty, and it still looked the same way. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh, damn.
Still look
Damn.
the same way. It's actually not flat. So since your friend, she throwing you under the bus, talking
Don't
about a
be
board.
listening to her. Don't be listening to her.
It's not flat like a board, but it's not like the big round booty. Nothing like that.
No. And I'm okay. Let me tell you one thing I will say. As the older I have gotten, I am A-okay with the way I look. And I think, we all have to get there. We joke about it. I'm gonna tell you right now, I joke about it. And I'm gonna tell you, I still go out here and pull men left and right. Whether I have a big, huge BBL booty or not. Like, that doesn't matter. Yes, I'm telling you, like, that doesn't, we have to be comfortable in our own skin. So if a
That's
man
right.
is, feeling, has a lack of self-confidence because he might be, 5'4", like what can you do about it? I mean, they do have the surgery. Like, I could go get a BBL, but I'm not. I'm not.
They say
And
them
he can
stink
get,
anyway. Don't do
yeah,
that
they
shit.
say that them booties stink. They say that sit down air is stanky stank. That's what they said, right? And a man can get get their knees, whatever, and they can become 3 or 4 or 5 inches taller. But why?
But they losing their legs like it's coming back. Some of the men that have done that, they're starting to lose their legs. Don't do that either.
Oh, wow.
Work what God gave you. And if you don't
Yeah,
believe in
and
God,
just
work with what you got. How about that?
and love yourself, like how you feel about yourself. The thing is that low confidence when you're going out here dating is going to show. It's going to
Absolutely.
show on your dates and when you're going out here. Yep. And so therefore you have no choice but to love yourself and accept yourself. Like, I don't give a damn. I'll be the first one to joke, but I trust and believe. I'm pulling daddies and sons. Like I'm, you know. So I don't. Y'all don't. Who gives a damn? Y'all love what you got because you ain't got but one life. You ain't got but one body. You might as well love the one you got.
Don't
Oh,
let the
Daryl
gray
said it's
hair fool you.
52.
That's what I'm gonna say. Don't let the gray hair fool you.
I know
I'm not
that's right.
actively dating, but that don't mean I have not been approached.
That's right.
Okay, so don't let the gray hair fool you. And I'm saying that because of the confidence piece. People can see when you have confidence and when you don't. That is a beautiful green flag when you have the confidence, when he has the confidence or she has the confidence. Both of you have the confidence. It really doesn't matter if you have confidence and you are really short, to the men, because this comes up, right? If you have that confidence and you don't let that deter you in any way, you can get some women, tall, short, all of the spectrum. You have to own you. You have
Yes.
to own everything that you have. Whatever your insecurities are, start speaking beautiful thoughts and about that specific thing. So if it's shortness for you, talk about, your shortness in a positive way. If it's, mine used to be my skin color. I hated my skin. I got teased about it, blah, 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 blah. I started speaking life and love into me, and you can't tell me nothing.
That's right.
And it's not even in me just trying to be shady or out here. Yes, I know people look better than me. I know people look uglier than me. I love me. That's
That's
where you have
right.
to be. It
Mm-hmm.
don't, because it doesn't even matter. I remember, and I'm sorry to cut you out, but I want to even go into the hair. Like, it took me a while to own my gray hair because the last person I was in a relationship with, he didn't like gray hair, so I always dyed my
Mm-hmm.
hair. And now I'm like that. I don't give a damn about gray hair. That's your issue. That ain't my issue. I'm
Mm-hmm.
okay, which is why I rock my gray hair. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care. And honestly, it looked great. It's more gray to you on camera because I actually have a halo. The back of my hair is brown.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, anywho, you got to love all of you. Okay. Love all of you. Insecurities, flaws, and all. Start speaking life and love and affirmations into yourself. It is a beautiful green flag to just be confident in who you are, no matter
Yes.
what you have going on. Because, truth of the matter, even the most beautiful person out there, even the most buff, built, whatever, he got some insecurities and she
Yes, he
got some
does.
insecurities. And truth be told, even and I'm going down a rabbit hole, but I want to say this: the most beautiful man and woman that you can think of in your eyesight as beautiful, you will actually have conversation with them, and they do not get approached as much as you believe they do, because
Mm-hmm.
everybody's thinking the same thing. Oh, either out of my league, or probably got a man, probably got a girl. And little do you know, a lot of times those women and men are single because of that very thing. Nobody's approaching them. Do you love you?
That is very true. So, and let me just remind everybody, Prince, won't he 5'2"? Y'all, he wore heels, makeup,
Yeah,
and
he
I could
was
tell
short.
you, he could
Always
have got
had a
it from
woman.
me. Oh, he could have definitely got it from me. And that man was 5'2" and probably weighed 105 pounds, but
Listen,
he
that's close to
was, whew,
410. That's all I'm saying. That's close to 410. That's all I'm
but
saying.
I don't know, it was a 4'10" Prince. I mean, Prince was, oh my gosh, just a beautiful man, and just confident and sexy, just beautiful. Ooh. So that's all I'm gonna say. Yes, he was. That's right, Marshawn. That's right. That's why NYC chocolate brown and beautiful. That's right. Better own up and love your
Yeah.
You better, because I mean, shoot, if you don't love yourself, who the hell gonna love you?
Nobody.
Mm,
Nobody's coming to love you through your flaws, your insecurities. Nobody's doing that. You have to do that.
He said age is a new divider. Well, for y'all who don't date younger, I'm gonna just say that, Henry. But Henry, you don't need date no younger. That's what I'm saying. Mimi said your skin color is amazing,
Oh,
chocolate
thank
drop.
you. Oh, thank you.
Mm. I ain't gonna say nothing to Mimi. I'm gonna just let that gray hair equals wisdom lie. Now I'm gonna say I still color my hair. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. So I haven't gotten there yet to own my gray. I will eventually, but I have not. I use henna and indigo.
Mhm.
I do not put chemicals in my hair, but I do use henna. So if
Been
you
there with
ever,
him.
yeah, if you met me in person, you'll see like in the sunshine on my head, you will see that it's red.
Mhm.
My hair is red. And self love is the best love. Yes. Yoli says we have to accept the way we are. Absolutely. Buff built. Why'd you stop? Oh,
Oh, that's funny.
what's after? What
When I was
comes
saying,
after that?
when I was saying, anyway, it's okay. Keep going, child.
Okay, so He said only 4 inches separates 5 to 4 10. Garrett, I'm telling you right now.
I'm just saying, Garrett, I'm with you there. This is
Garrett, you ain't
pretty
gonna,
close.
ain't nobody on here gonna convince me to date somebody 4'10". I don't care. I will date somebody my height is 5'4". I'm only 5'4". So I would date somebody my height, but I know that I would have to wear the little kitty heels everywhere we go. Like I will never be able to wear high heels. But I'm not gonna discriminate against height. I'm not. Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up because I know it's getting
We
late.
going down the rabbit hole.
But I appreciate but I mean it, y'all. If y'all are interested in being on, the show where we could highlight some singles, let's get out here and let's make some connection. And if y'all are interested, seriously, in doing a meetup in person in the DMV, let me know because Marshawn, you can come visit us. I would love to, do a meetup from time to time. Let's meet in person. Um, and Coach Marshawn, is there something that you would like to bring up?
To bring up slash end with. So
Yes.
it sounds like most of you guys are in the DMV, but I'm actually putting together, and I don't want to discriminate per se, but it is for the Black women. If you're near or in the San Diego area, I'm having hell, what is it called? A series. That's what it's called. A series where me and another leadership coach is putting on. Um, you're in leadership, but you're struggling in your love life, right? So in a leadership position, but you're struggling in your love life, we're putting together a workshop series to address those things so we can bring a powerful Black woman with your softness so you can understand how to turn off the leadership, because a lot of times it's repelling you in your love life, is repelling the man that you want in your love life because you're leading like you're leading in the boardroom. We got to be able to switch those things and turn those things off. So that's happening in San Diego. And if you want some more information about it, you can email me. My full name's not on here, but I can put it down here. It's Marshawn at MarshawnOlanio.com, or you can go to my YouTube, Marshawn O.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. Y'all, thanks for joining. Oh, let me scratch my nose. And I do have a community on YouTube. I'm sorry, not on YouTube. That's a lie. A community outside of YouTube, but the link is in the description below and it's for men and women because I do coach men and women, right? And it's a community for mature adults where I do, more exclusive content that I honestly I speak in circles on here a lot because I don't put a lot of my private stuff out here. I may mention things, but I feel like I could share more in my community where it's not out for the whole public to see, certain people to see. Right. And so, I do exclusive content in my community as well as we have monthly book club because we are sitting here trying to learn and level up our own love lives. And so monthly discussions and what else? And then I do go live in my community where I can answer your questions and where you will come on camera and we can, have face-to-face conversations. So look for the link in the description below. It is a community outside of YouTube because, I want to have more control over my community. And so where I can actually help you guys. All right. Well, I want to, and let me put that on here. There's your email there. I see Garrett. Garrett said, feel free to pay for the first dance. I got to pay. Hold on. Hold on now. You came in my email box and you mean to tell me I got to pay? I know that's not what that say, is it?
He
Feel
got an
free.
LOL. He got an LOL.
I'm gonna put your email back up there. Garrett, I know you ain't asking me to pay. You missed an earlier conversation.
Yeah, you
Don't give me
did.
your phone number. Don't give me your phone number because I'm telling you right now, you're not gonna get a phone call from me. You got to ask. V, I would love to take you out. Do you mind if I get your phone number so I can call you? Don't. Hey, here's my phone number. Take it, V, and call me when you feel like it because I ain't never gonna feel like it. I'm telling you, I don't pursue. One thing I do not pursue. So thank you. Thank you, NYC Chocolate and Rhonda. Yes, thank you, y'all. And Yoli, always thank you. And Garrett. And we have Patrick and maybe Mimi and Dr. L. Mimi, I'm gonna tell you right now, Mimi, I'm gonna figure out a way to block you some type of way. But I appreciate y'all being very active in the chat. Thank you, anyone who's watching, y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. Y'all take care. See y'all, I guess, see y'all really soon. All right. Thank you.
I'm
Good
sure.
night, y'all.
Good night.